Good evening, everyone. I would like to call tonight's meeting to order. The time now is 7:05. The requirements of the Sunshine Law. This meeting was advertised in the Burlington County Times on January 5th, 2017. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'd like to welcome everyone out tonight. I'd like to thank you for being here. It's good when the weather breaks and we can have a little bit of sunshine, and in fact, the temperature rising. Would you please also join me in a moment of silence? And before we go in, I'd like to dedicate this moment of silence to our first responder community by way of the EMT that was lost this week in New York, also the firefighter that was lost earlier this week, or it was last week during a snowstorm. Nevertheless, the first responder by way of EMS and EM/EMT and fire has caught it pretty heavy in the last 2 weeks, and I am mindful of their contribution. As we always say, there are those who run towards the danger as we seek shelter and safety. And I thank you. At this time, roll call.
Committeeman Lopez.
Here.
Committeewoman Smith-Hartman.
Present.
Committeewoman Talisa.
Present.
Committeeman Wisniewski.
Here.
Mayor Daniels.
Here. At this time, I'd like to approve tonight's agenda, 3/2017.
Motion?
Second?
Roll call.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith-Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. I'd like to approve the regular meeting minutes of March 6, 2017. What say you?
Motion?
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith-Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. I'd like to approve the closed session meeting minutes of March 6, 2017.
Motion?
Second?
Any discussion? There being none, roll call.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith-Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Monthly reports and communications are posted on the bulletin board in the foyer. There are no scheduled appointments for tonight. At this time, I would like to open the meeting to the public for comment on agenda items only. We're open. There being none, close. Continued agenda items, there are none. Old business, KME ladder truck warranty extension. Deputy Mayor, you got anything on that?
We're still reviewing it. The committee discussed it in closed session earlier this evening, and we've instructed the solicitor to respond to the award of a 18-month extension on the township's behalf. So the solicitor will be working on that draft, and will present the committee with the draft for approval.
Okay, thank you. Moving right along, on the new business, police report. Chief, do you have anything you'd like to add? Okay, thank you, sir. EMS report? Nothing further. Mr. Fire Marshal, how are you, sir? Good, sir. Thank you for being here tonight. You have anything to report? No, sir. Thank you, sir. Public Works, Mike? Nothing? Okay. Mike, I'd like to thank you and your men. And matter of fact, OEM as a whole, everyone, Chief Farnsworth know that a constant refrain is teamwork makes the dream work. And in fact, a most recent snowstorm that degraded and diminished somewhat in its intensity from a snow perspective, which was a good thing, but nevertheless, it was every bit of a dangerous incident by way of sleet and everything else. And we really appreciate you guys for just being out there. And it's just one of those things that you're just out there until we have clear roads or we see some degree of blacktop. So we thank you, Mike, for you and your guys who sometimes just go until it gets done. And that's not just 8 hours. That's past 8 hours. Thank you. Resolutions, moving right along. Resolution 5917, payment of vouchers. This resolution approves the payment of bills through 3/17/2017. What say you?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Resolution 60-17, Community Development Block Grant for Home Investment Partnership Program. This resolution authorizes West Hampton Township's participation in the county's CDBG and home programs for fiscal years 2018 through 2020.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Resolution 6117, transfer of appropriation reserves. This resolution permits transfers to be made from unexpended balances from 2016 in order to cover 2016 bills that have been presented for payment this year, as per the attached schedule.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Resolution 6217, 2016, Recycling Tonnage Grant. This resolution authorizes Marion Carp to prepare and submit the annual recycling tonnage grant for the Township of West Hampton.
Motion.
Can I get a second? Okay, thank you. Any discussion?
Who was the second?
Ms. Wisniewski. Committeeman Ms. Wisniewski.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. We have one ordinance tonight, Ordinance 2-2017. This is an ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank. This is a second reading. This ordinance allows any amount authorized as an increase in the 2017 budget that is not appropriated as part of the final budget to be retained as an exception to final appropriation in either of the next two succeeding years.
Motion.
Second.
Since this is second reading, I will open to the public. There being no questions, I will close to the public. Any discussion amongst the committee? There being no discussion, roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes, thank you. Correspondence. Correspondence, Centerton Road Bridge removal. Willenboro MUA 2017 schedule of meetings. And PSE&G notice of filing and public hearings have all been posted for the public certification on the bulletin board outside. Dates to remember. Work resumes on the Wood Lane Road gas main replacement, effective today. 3/23/17, West Hampton Middle School Career Fair. I believe it's the police department, fire department, myself, and Betty Woman Smith Harper. Okay, thank you. Right along, 3/24/17, Global Timbuktu is at Rutgers University from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I do plan on going up there for a portion thereof. I understand it's going to be a pretty great day with people from academia participating, scientists and professors. It will be a cultural exchange of Timbuktu community from New York, Timbuktu here, West Hampton, aligning with the West African nation of Mali and parts of, I believe, the Congo area. So this is all revolutionary stuff, cross-cultural exchange of information and ideas, and I look forward to being a part of it, and quite frankly, proud that West Hampton is a part of it. The day moves along, well, the weekend, if you will, from a Friday to a Saturday, with the folks from New York coming down here to West Hampton Township. There will be a, if you will, we're having a tour go through our Timbuktu site for about a half an hour from 12 to 12:30. And then there will be a symposium at Rancocas Valley Regional High School from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And it's the same idea, with the exception we will have some artifacts on exhibit. Moving right along to March 28th, 2017 is Motivational Speaker Professional Development Day. The municipal building will be closed from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and we thank the public for indulging us. 3/29/17, there's an elected officials liability seminar at O'Connor's Restaurant at 5:30 p.m. All of us are expected to be there, correct?
Yep, I'll be there.
Okay. And on 4/3/2017, virtual hospital, there will be a public hearing by the State Health Planning Board at the Hilton Inn Gardens, West Hampton, from 6 to 7 p.m. on the 3rd of April. This is the meeting that was rescheduled from last Monday.
Right.
Due to the storm. Tuesday, I'm sorry. At this time, I would like to open up the meeting for public comment. Ms. Jones.
Hi, I'm Rita Jones, 20 America. Happy spring to everybody.
Happy spring to you.
Yeah.
With that in mind, last year around this time, I brought up the subject about having a spring cleaning here in this city. I noticed a lot of the towns around us have a spring cleaning day. I know a lot of our residents are proud of their properties, especially you see the one in Mill Creek. Our first neighbor, and she always decorates coming up the beginning of each holiday, each season. She changes her decor around for the neighborhood. So there's a lot of residents that are proud of their properties. And I was wondering if you given any thought to having a West Hampton Spring Cleaning Day.
I think it's a very good idea, and I thank you for bringing it. I know I had talked with the township administrator about a Clean Communities grant and what can we do by way of, I know that one of our employees, actually, I consider it to be yeoman's work, was out on the detail and saw a hole in the fence and saw some other debris out there and took it upon himself to clean up. Potentially, I had an idea to even put it out there that if you see something, say something from another perspective, but I don't want to use that as an idea because we want to guard that from the first responder community and Homeland Security, but nevertheless have some sort of idea where residents would, in fact, let us know where that is, and I think it goes part and parcel with what you're talking about. But West Hampton, one of our taglines is we are a clean community, and I'll take it under advisement with my colleagues and talk with the administrator, and to the extent that we can have one of those days, we will.
I wanted to, if I can,
Sure.
Mr. Mayor, also note for the residents on District 1, especially those that are abutting Springside Road, we reached out this morning to both our construction official and through our construction official, our liaison of Public Works and our Director of Public Works to send notice to the county so that we can start mitigating and remediating some of those down trees and overgrown branches that we're seeing going on over there. So those conversations began this morning. So I just wanted to provide you all in District 1 with that update.
Also with that, is there any, I don't know, ordinance or agreement with like sanitation? Do you have a one big trash day where you pull out large items allocated to West Hampton?
Yeah, you have that right, Mary?
The way it works is residents are allowed to put out one large item every trash day, like a piece of furniture or something like that. If it's made of metal or it's a white good like an appliance, we pick those up for free twice a month, year-round. They just have to call, be put on a list. But something like furniture you can put out just normally without any advance notice. The trash men will pick it up. But I know what you're talking. You're probably talking about other issues.
No, well, I'm talking and trying to coordinate that with spring cleaning day also.
But it's continuous. It's continuous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, contemplating a spring cleaning day for the common areas of the town?
Yes, well, with county areas of town and the residents' properties also.
I don't want to put words in Mrs. Jones' mouth, but I think what she's probably suggesting is some communities, the towns rent giant dumpsters, and they place one in each district, and then residents come out and just dump, whatever,
Exactly, and it's part of your spring cleaning day for residents clean their own properties, and they can also.
Round dialogue.
That's gonna cause more funds and stuff, I have to look into what money we have available. I thought you meant like, in my community, on Saturday, near, Earth Day, we all meet to provide gloves
At-
and we walk around all the time there to pick up bag trash.
At the League of
Anything?
Municipalities, we were approached by a recycler, and you're bringing this to me, and so this is a reminder. The recycler had stated that they offer this type of dumpster system for one day for the whole community, different dumpster sites, but they'll give residents one list of what they're going to collect, and it won't cost the township anything because they, I think, are going to make money off of the items that they're collecting for waste on that list. So maybe we can reach out. I believe I still have the brochure at home.
I do too, but I don't think it's for one day. I think they want to leave it.
Oh, there is a permanent dumpster as well, and they'll give the town a cut or something.
Right.
Yeah. We'll take that brochure out.
Yeah.
The seniors are having a clothing drive, that's the way to get rid of stuff on April 19th. To bring stuff to the recreation center.
On the 19th?
Yeah, we didn't put on the map, but it's on our website. and we-
19th for April?
Yeah, for like clothing and bedding and draperies and purses and shoes and toys and books, and they're using the money that they collect to raise money for the senior gathering.
So, Ms. Jones, I think it was an excellent idea, and we'll look into it, and obviously, it's a point of pride day where we can all get out and perhaps even get off of our cell phones and say hello to one another.
Yeah, and then also, on the website, maybe residents can submit pictures of their properties or anything like that. I know you can't just go and take pictures of your properties and have to go through a lot of legal stuff or whatever, but maybe you could advertise, if you want to advertise your property, and how, what the way West Hampton looks.
I think anything that builds spirit of community and pride of community is a win.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We thank you. Ma'am? Come on.
But bring her up.
Yeah, can you just come up and,
Name and address.
Your name.
Name and address.
Name and address.
okay.
They got all these bottles out there,
She's not listening.
all the bottles out there.
Your name and address, please. That's okay.
My name is Betty, you got all
Betty, where do you live?
Where do you live, Daddy?
56 Charlotte.
Thank you.
What did you get your last name?
No.
Betty? Marion didn't get your name, and we need that.
Last name?
Wiggins.
Wigan, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I
It's
apologize.
okay.
No problem.
It really gets on my nerves, I'm like, and the guys that cut the grass, they're pretty cool. They try to keep it down there clean too. But with the winter and all those leaves and that pipe of that water flow out to that changing area, it's packing up. Eventually it's gonna get some, then the water will start to come back towards our property. They got all these cans and they have all these wooden trees that, fell down. But when we had beavers over there, because there's really animal habitat. You see the cranes. I sit in my kitchen watching the ducks come up. It's really a beautiful place. When I first moved over there, it was nice. They used to even have a canoe on it, you could go there on that they had a
It is nice
gazebo
back there,
and-
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
yeah, it's nice over there. And it's like sometimes, even like the farm people, they have their, everybody, they have their their baseball and stuff over the summer over there. Sometimes the children go over there, and some people go over there, they fish in here. That's down in my area where I keep raked and clean in. So I feel that, little help can do. The guys that cut the grass, they're pretty cool. And they see me out there. They keep it cut down over there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
But it needs more, with all this crack. Just walk back there and look at it. It looks like, one place you just you put a lot of garbage in.
Okay.
It's back on the floor.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll make sure that we look at that area when we get this all worked out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Ms. Williams.
You can get the list.
I got it. Thank you.
And then, and you were gonna try to give us a discount for seniors in West Hampton on our water and sewage bills that we were trying to do?
Is that with, well, Ms. Ruthie, we're on the side of town where it's Willenboro MUA?
Well, that's what I wanna know.
Okay, can I get your question one more time? I'm sorry.
I wanna know, are you gonna try to give the seniors in West Hampton a discount on our water and sewage bills?
I'll ask them. I know the chairman
Okay.
and the director, so I'll ask them.
Central, Road Bridge, or is that gonna be torn apart and not rebuilt or what?
The Centerton Bridge, probably much to the chagrin of many residents in Burlington County. That's what we understand, that the bridge is going to be dismantled.
And not rebuilt?
Cost prohibitive. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll have an answer for you, Ms. Ruth. Any other public comment? Ms. Kern?
Trish. Wait, sorry, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Want to thank Public Works.
I saw those too.
For safety of the snowstorm that we had and all the trees that they had to cut out of the middle of the streets.
When you versus 266,
It's a subject that's very difficult for us right now.
For
We're
3
trying
months?
to get a couple trees down. And Public Service is giving us
take a look
a
at
hard time with some of this because they're supposed to cut the tree below the electrical line. They don't want to do that anymore because there's contractors now that have insurance that you can hire, but for another $1,000 to do it. So we're working with Public Service to take care of this. You went down Barfield Drive today and you see all the work that Public Service has to do in Willingboro with evergreen trees, and we have some in the village. And I also would like to ask the township, and I put it for Public Works, the lighting at our flags at the American Legion. If you happen to go by there tonight, would you take note of how dim that looks? That you can actually, you really can't even see the American flag. The lighting is so poor.
I believe I saw Mr. Mann out there today, looking at area over. So,
Okay, I keep forgetting, and I talked to Mr. Hayes about it, so.
okay.
And, the wrong dates for, the blue mass for, police officers is April the 18th at 10:30 a.m. at St. Mary's Cathedral
Right.
in Trenton on State Street.
Okay, thank you. Just so for the record, the deputy mayor brought up before about the trees that had been overgrown on what's that, Springside
Springside
Road?
Road.
Okay, and for the record, I believe that many of those trees that were the responsibility of the county. However, by way of some photos that I saw, a lot of them are down. But there was a resident, a member of the Land Development Board, who had brought those trees extending, protruding out some time ago. So I just wanted to mention that for the record. Thank you. Any other public comment? Ms. Weston, how are you? Yes, ma'am. Happy birthday to you, Ms. Weston. Absolutely.
Thank you so very much. I first want to say I'm glad to see that the Timbuktu celebration on Friday and Saturday is listed here as important dates, and I'm very excited about that. And as a part of that, we have returned things back to this site, but we don't know where everything is. And some of the artifacts, I didn't say who I was, Mary Weston, 104 Church. Most of, and with the excavation that was done, I was there every single day. And I would have a list of things, not all the pictures, but I have a list, because Chris, the archaeologist, sent me by email each day to tell me what they did. And most of the things that are worthwhile seeing that you say, oh, wow, oh, most of those are not in our presence. So Linda Williams and I are looking about where we think we can see some of those things. And one place we went that we thought things were there, well, they were just a bunch of jars and glasses and things of almost no significance. There was a peach jar, another facial cream, and carbonated Vaseline. And I knew that because that's my carbonated Vaseline was on the market, and we use that frequently. You wouldn't know that unless you knew to turn the bottle upside down to read. It's no label. The labels are all gone. Like the peach, it's no label. I was able to get 3 of those things, but many of the things that I have a picture for, I don't see them. And all the boxes that we've been through so far, we are to come tomorrow and look through other boxes. And those that have taken things, that they want them back. Where they are, I don't know, and I'm concerned. So we have the event, and we don't have very much to show that would be significant for you to look at and say, wow. But I do have some pictures, so maybe you have to resort to the pictures. And I'm glad that I do have those. And I'm grateful to Dr. Orr and also to Chris for, all the work that they did do. The display case I did return. If I'm not saying correctly, but I believe I asked you or one of your people to get it from my garage. But if you didn't do it, someone did it, so I could bring it back here. And I did put it in the mayor's office, but I don't know what your name there. You weren't there when I placed it there, so I can't say I gave it to you.
Yeah, we talked about that today, and we worked out the logistics for Saturday in terms
So
of,
you have the case
yes, ma'am,
and keys? Because
believe so.
Yes,
Right.
you do?
It's probably all together. I didn't get a chance to check today, but we will have that, and we will also have the one that's out here.
Okay, well, see, that would be good, because the one that we had, Don got that for us at the last minute, because this one was really neat, and it wasn't available to us. But the one that Don did order is not large enough to sit a bottle or a picture or a shoe or that kind of thing.
Correct.
The small one only accommodates a little jar, the extra made for that. Because I think it's about 6 inches maybe by 18 or 24.
Okay. You're right, it is small.
Time's up.
Well, thank you very much, and I will look forward to this celebration. And then this year, probably toward the end of the year, some representatives from this committee, not to take up 2 committees, some of the committee, and perhaps the mayor, and I'm hoping that I will be able to join them in Maui so that we can bring back some information. We can just see this high school student here, and we can Skype back and forth with our students there. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm very excited for the participation of our committee and also of Public Works. They have worked so hard to help us make things better in Timbuktu. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to clear the area a lot better, because I think it was pretty shabby to have people from Maui and Rutgers and all these places.
We've identified that today, so yeah.
Okay.
I had to go down there today.
Yes, ma'am. We understand.
Okay, thank you.
We know nothing happens on church without you knowing about it.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you, Ms. Weston. Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Closed for public comment. Moving right along. Department heads and professionals. Fire Marshal? All's well, sir? We thank you for being here. Chief?
I just want to thank Mike and his crew for their hard work in the storm. They've been promised
No, absolutely. We thank you. Chief?
I just echo Chief Martin's words.
Okay. I'll move over to OEM.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Although Winter Storm Stella didn't pack the precipitation that was forecasted, it still gave us a valuable opportunity to put into practice the things that we trained for with the OEM. I'm honored to do what I do, and I'm honored to work with such a fine crew. We had no real incidents that caught us off guard. We were able to respond and to mitigate a lot of the situations that go on. Thank you for your support, and thank you for the coffee. We appreciate it. Thank you.
No, thank you. Mr. Man of the hour?
Pick up, please.
We came out of it no worse for wear, correct? Vehicles, everything's okay? Good, good. All right, all right. It happens. And of course, all of the cars. No, okay. Okay. Well, we thank you for all your efforts. LT?
We're doing some TCEG project that's going on Lane Road. It's back in full effect, and the road is closed where the balance is at in Northern Lane, all the way down to Woodpecker Lane, where H&H Motors is at. Rowan County Road Construction Commission and as well as Senate Ferguson got together and we implemented a detour system. It's a little lengthy, but it's very safe, and it's going to be able to get the project done a little bit quicker. I project it's probably going to be at least a month, depending on the days with the weather and whatnot, how much you can actually get done. Today was their first day back. They're almost at where Deerwood is at right now. So, you know, I think everybody was trained today. Everybody did a great job out there. We're still getting our residents of Deerwood with no problems. The business owners are having no issues with us. So if you're out there, give a little smile to us, just tell us where you got to go and we'll get you there.
What are the hours?
The hours, it looks like today started at 9 o'clock and went until 5. I can tell you that it takes about an hour to set up the project with the detour sign, because they take them down to 9. So between 8 and 9, they do those detour signs. Between 9 and 5, they try to do all their work. So just give yourself a little extra time.
Is the detour still going to be the same way? You can leave Deerwood to the right, but you have to come to Woodpecker to come back home.
Correct.
Okay.
It's going to be like that.
I want to put that on Facebook.
For the duration of the project, or at least until they get until Woodpecker, and then I'm sure the county will come up with a different detour.
Okay.
Because it's going to get very narrow.
Yep. Thanks.
We thank you for that.
Just to clarify, they are allowed to be out there on 8 to 6.
Yep.
That's what I,
Not,
okay.
you know, obviously, the hours are flexible.
Right, but they are allowed to be out.
Somebody was there at 7 o'clock this morning. He didn't do anything. He just sat there.
They will start working until 8 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you, both of you.
No, I'm just stating a fact.
We thank you, LT and Lieutenant Ferguson, for your great communication, and I know Committeewoman Smith-Hartman is very sensitive to that, and as long as she can keep our residents apprised vis-a-vis Facebook, all is well with the world. We thank you. Mr. Solicitor? Thank you, sir. No? Doug?
No, sir.
All's well?
You miss
Thank sir.
Marion?
No, I'm coming back over. Marion?
Nothing tonight.
All's well? Okay. Moving right along. John? You've been quiet, sir.
You learn more when you listen.
Oh.
Oh, she didn't say that, did you?
I want to clarify.
Mother of God.
It's not a shot at anybody up here. I think when Ms. Jones stood up, I just want to say that I thought that was a good idea. It'd be nice for any residents that are here or watching this, whether it's live or afterwards, if they have an idea, let us know. Because sometimes, well, not sometimes, there's a lot of times that we don't know everything. So I'd like to hear it, and if it's a good idea, it'd be nice to see it implemented. I want to say thanks to all these guys. Everybody did a good job. If Mike, I can't give Mike enough praise, and I know he's got his head down, so I was going to ask him to stand up so we can give him a
He should do that. He should. Yeah, come on.
I know.
right, so let's stand up.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we'll-
no,
we'll
no,
stand
you
up.
did a good job.
How about that?
I know.
I know, I'm
We don't
sorry,
want to
Peg.
embarrass you.
I shouldn't have done that, but you know
No.
what? They did a good job. Every time I called Mike, he answered his phone. He gave me, any information that I asked for. I thought the roads looked good. You know, for the police and the fire and Daryl, everything went smooth. There wasn't any major issues, and, it was nice.
Yeah. And we thank you for your work as well, because I know I called you a couple of times. As a liaison, thank you.
The one thing that I want to say about the storm that was wonderful was the fact, did you want to say something, John?
No, he's.
No,
Are you sure?
He dialed it back to listening mode.
But anyway, as you know, we passed an ordinance last year that cars had to be moved off the street, and consequently, I think our roads, with the exception of Deerwood, in the townhouses, were absolutely beautiful. You know, I mean, you could see curb to curb, and except for the few cars that ignored what they were supposed to do, and you could tell the cars that ignored it, or the areas that was ignored. What do you all think? Mike, did you like that idea of not having the cars on the street? Well,
I know one thing, on our street, it was cool. I can't lie, I watch out the window, because you know, Charlotte, they put that stuff out in the street, and you can clean your driveway, and you back out yours and get on that road, get stuck on the road, because they'll throw it back on you. So when I just look at my window, they don't look bad, all that stuff. So, hey, for Charlotte, it was wonderful. I've been on it 16 years before my house wasn't even finished yet. And that's everything, because all the cars out there, they did a good job.
They did.
I was saying, I was telling this group, I told everybody they did a good job. And the ones that got tickets for being out there.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
I'm done. Thank you.
Anyone?
I just want to say thank you to all the departments, a wonderful job during the storm. You were like a well-oiled machine, and you just worked so well together. Residents were very fortunate to have you, and there's one person that I do have to acknowledge by name, because he's such a humble person, and every time you say, every year how he coordinates the emergency, he just says, it's, because of everybody else. But Darrell, it's also because of you, Sergeant Darrell Caulfield.
Absolutely.
I won't have you stand up. But a wonderful job, Mike, the fire police, Joe, Lieutenant, and wonderful job, so thank you. And I think with the cars, there were less cars on the road, and I think it made a difference. I know many of the residents were not happy about it, but I said, trust me, it will be a lot easier in the end. And, I was very pleased to see how many of my neighbors actually put their cars on the lawn, driveways, each other's driveways, and it was also kind of like a camaraderie where everybody was helping everybody, finding places for the cars. So I think it went very well. So thank you to the residents as well for your cooperation.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm done.
Uh-oh.
Deputy, why are you saying,
The two ones are going to keep us here till 8.
Wow.
I'm going to put my minister's hat and keep you all here till 8:30. I share the sentiments of my colleagues. I won't repeat what they've said, but they've all spoken for me. I share their feelings. I just want to commend and congratulate. I wasn't privileged enough to go, but Maureen's family do a good job of documenting on video and footage the West Hampton Middle School's production of The Wizard of Oz. Those kids sang their hearts out, and there's a lot of hidden talent in our community. So I look forward to, as a committee, exploring how we can maybe more synergize with the schools and maybe do some fun things. But what I saw on those videos were really impressive. So just commend the children, commend all of you all for coming out tonight. And I'll close with encouraging a little something we've been doing in my household. It is Women's History Month, the month of March, and I'm hoping that everyone is taking a moment to discuss with their children, their grandchildren, the contributions of women in our country. Literally, none of us would be here without them. So I think it's something important to do. We're trying our best to do it every night at home. So I encourage all of you all to do that. The struggle is still there for a lot of women in this country, and not only in this country, around the world. So I just wanted to leave you all with that. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor and committee. I think it all has been pretty much said, and Ms. Weston, I just wanted you to know before you got here, I spoke about the Timbuktu ad nauseum, covering both Friday and Saturday. Our neighbors can attest to that. I want you to know that I left here, and I actually lost sleep last time around. So it's our residents, it's our neighbors who always keep us on our feet, and I'm reminded that every day we wake, it's a new day to be our absolute better self. So I thank you once, twice, 3 times, and I'm going to go into listening mode like my colleague to my right, and I'm going to ask for an early adjournment.
All right.
We're adjourned. Thank you all.
24 seconds, that's a record.
Whoa. That was do to you. That was
Good night, Abe.
That was the best ever. Yeah. That was the best it was.
Oh, it was.
All right, see you.
All right, thank you.